What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another great episode of Ganking Azeroth. As usual, Wayne is here, and I am here again. So
Party.
not too much to talk about this week. It's kind of been, I guess, a little slower for Blizzard the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
It seems.
it's very slow. Episode 15 here, by the way. Kind of a big milestone for us, I think. Personally, just popped into my head. I was like, wow, it's actually we did 15 of these damn things. Crazy.
You did 15. I did like 6 or 7.
I'd say it's like 8, but whatever.
All right, so I've done half.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But anyways, yeah, it is. It's been slow for Blizzard. It's just that downtime
But they did have
between
somewhat
games.
of a. Yeah, but they did have somewhat of a. I don't want to call it a big announcement. Well, it is a big announcement, but with Classic.
Oh, yeah, it's not really an announcement. It was like, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about it later, but yeah, so
We're
it
gonna
wasn't.
talk about it.
It was just like a survey
Whatever.
question that sparked a lot of hype.
Yeah, but it seems like I don't know if you want to talk about that first. That's more important, I think, than this guy's rate achievements. But
Yeah, we'll talk about classic first. That's fine. So yeah,
talk about
uh,
Classic.
so we'll
I
start.
just think TBC's coming out sooner than everybody thinks. Is kind of what I got out of it.
I'm thinking it's gonna be probably around the same time we got it. So it came out in August of 19, right? I bet you we get it August of 21.
Yeah,
Maybe. The
I'll
only reason I say that.
This.
So, anyways, so before we get into speculations, right? The news that came out was a few certain people was given a survey by Blizzard Entertainment. They received it in their email with a link to a survey. Basically, it was asking questions on how you would like to progress your character in a classic The Burning Crusade world. I'll read the questions here real quick, and then we'll talk about our speculations. So one, so there were stupid questions on there, just basic survey questions. But then the one that really stuck out is how you would like to progress your character moving forward. So you had 4 options. Option A was continue playing my current classic character on my existing server as it progresses to the Burning Crusade expansion, with the option to transfer to a classic server that will never progress past level 60. You had option B, start a brand new character from level 58 on a new Burning Crusade server. Option C, start a brand new character from level 1 on a new Burning Crusade server. And option D, continue playing my current classic character on my existing server that will never progress past level 60 with the option to transfer to a Burning Crusade server. So,
it's kind of weird that they're giving you an option to start at level 58 already.
well, I think that this is just a survey seeing what people want.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know. It's weird, but it's kind of nice too because leveling in classic seems like it sucks. I haven't done it. I don't know. But yeah, starting out at 58 seems a little weird also, but I don't know.
so my personal opinion is you can't have just one of these options. You kind of have to have 2 of them, if that makes sense, right? So my thing would be
I was
have
looking at this.
option
You
A
almost
and option D. I think we're the one. Yeah. Actually, a combination of all of them except for B. I'm not a fan of starting at level 58. So what I think should happen is
A, C, and D are pretty good.
like you have the option to keep your current character, right? So
Yeah, if like you like classic, but you want to play TBC or Wrath, you don't want to play classic. Well, you can take your character that you've built like we do now and just move it along.
right. So I think what they should do is they should take the current servers that they have now, right? Just copy everything on the server over to Burning Crusade, and then you could take your character and continue there. But then you still have the classic Warcraft Classic only. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you still have the level 60 server, and then you have the Burning Crusade server with your continued character. And I think you should have the option to where if you want to start a new character at level 1, it's level 1 to 70.
Yeah,
That's why I say a combination of A, C, and D.
yeah, yeah. B, as nice as that would be, because I don't know if I do play the Burning Crusade, which I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to because I have no idea what I'm going to do. Leveling through Classic seems really rough.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if you want to play a warrior, you're basically you have to be in a group. Like there, you have to find someone to do it with. It seems. Like I said, I haven't leveled anything, but that's what it seems like.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like anything. It's like anything else. You play how you want to play. You can. You don't have to play with somebody, but it's gonna take you longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's neither here or there.
Yeah.
Um,
But that option of starting it with the level 58, like you don't have to do all that. Because how long does it take? I mean, I know someone did it in what, like 24 hours or something like that, but that was someone that had played since back in, I don't even know what the hell those servers were called anymore, Nasarius and the other one. So obviously he knew how to do it. Someone like me, it would take me months to do it.
Well, I think it took him.
And I think I would
200,
get burned out.
240 hours.
Oh, it was 240 hours?
Yeah. I think it took 240 hours from level 1 to 60. It's like 10 days played. It's crazy. But I mean, that's the type of game it was.
The option would be nice, but if they didn't put it in there, I wouldn't be upset either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a as much as I wanted to play Classic and I really wanted to be into it. I only got to level 32, so I just giving you like a half-made character. I don't know how I feel about that. I see why they would in today's climate. People want to play. The people want to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why they would do that, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. It feels like you're
It's
giving it away.
It's a free boost.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, it would be. That's not to say later on maybe they add a paid level 60 boost as a way to generate some cash. I don't know how I feel about that either, but it's just I doubt that'll happen because that's not in the spirit of Classic. Anything that's not how it was. So.
Well, with current WoW, the boost is nice because I mean, the 1 to 120 is just the 1 to 110 is long, and then the 110 to 120 just takes forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know that's getting fixed in Shadowlands. So.
Yeah, but like the boost now, it's nice, but it doesn't teach you how to play the character like you do. Like I've boosted a few because I don't know, they're free, so it's like I boosted a character that I already knew how to play on the Horde side, and they don't teach you how to really play the class because it's like you go in as DPS and that's all you can play. Like they don't give you the chance to play a healer or a tank if that's something that your class does.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, is that what it's going to be like for that? Like when they boost, it's just up here's 15, 20, 30 abilities. I don't even know how many there are. Classic and the other part, I don't know how much has changed from it, but like now you have to buy all your upgrades. Are those all zero? Like your abilities? Does that change in TBC? I don't know. No, it couldn't be because you still had to buy that stuff when you were in Cataclysm, correct?
What do you mean your upgrades?
So you had to
the talent tree stuff?
Like no, your abilities. It's like for monks it'd be like Keg Smash level 1.
Oh, like yeah.
Are they just gonna give now here's all of them and they're all maxed out? Like that's
it'd probably be like, here's your talent tree, here's so many points, and then you have so many abilities you can they'd probably give you all the classic abilities, right? Up to level 58 you probably have most of everything. So they'd probably give you everything up to that level, right? That's how I would assume it would be.
Yeah, but some people are like, okay, this like people that play tank, they're like, okay, well I'm gonna have some prot stuff, but most of it's gonna be arms because it's better for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I don't think Thunderclap is even used as a tank in Classic. Now I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've never tanked in Classic, but it's from what I've read, and this was a while ago. You didn't use it. Like it wasn't worth the money to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna get it now? I
It
don't.
pro- it'd
I
probably
wonder how
be.
it's gonna work.
I don't know how that would work with a level 58. That's probably why they're asking everybody, because it would be such a big, like, what the heck? How do we do this?
Or did that? No, that was nothing. Do you know if it changed at all? Like, did they get rid of like the level 1, level 2, level 3 spells in TBC?
I don't know. I'm sure.
I have no idea.
I'm sure
I
that was
started
there.
it.
That was probably there, but there was. I'm sure there was class changes as well. So
Yeah, I started at the end of Kata, like when you still had to buy your abilities, but they were maxed out. So it's like I don't know how any of that stuff works.
like, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but all I know is that TBC, from what I've seen, like this is what everybody really wants. Like they wanted classic, right? Because that's what all the private servers were doing was classic. But most
I
people
heard,
want BC. This was like the game, you know?
yeah, I heard TBC was one of the best.
Yeah. And the only
I
reason,
wish I played
like,
during Wrath. I know I've said that before because Wrath just seemed like a really cool expansion.
the only I from what I've heard and seen and heard people talk about, it's the only reason Wrath was good was because it came off the hype of BC and all these people wanted to play Wrath because
Mm-hmm.
of BC, and it was like just between BC being freaking awesome and then the Lich King, people were like, holy crap! But it was almost like the downfall of WoW as well. So I think
Yeah,
that's when they got like Dungeon Finder at the end of Wrath. I do believe.
it Discord broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
You
I
said
was saying
that's when you got, and then it broke up.
it's when they got Dungeon Finder at the end of Wrath.
Oh, okay. And see, I know people don't like. I kind of like that. I like Dungeon Finder when I do use it, but I don't know. I don't like LFR. We've talked about that before. That's
Yeah.
like the one part of Dungeon Finder I don't like. But I guess it's a lot different if you're in a if you play classic because being in a guild actually means something. Whereas now
Oh yeah,
you
for
don't have
sure.
to be in a guild. Like guilds are freaking useless now in in retail, and it's actually quite annoying. I hate it. I hate that guilds are basically useless.
Yeah, that's why they have the communities now. But yeah, I can
But
tell
yeah,
you
so I
from
guess like that'd be a little different. Yeah, because you wouldn't need it because I mean, if you're on there and everybody's playing in a guild, like you can just easily find a group and go and do stuff. You know,
right.
you wouldn't need Finder.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, it's not going to be in TBC and it's not going to be in Classic, so you're still
Yeah.
going to need the guild. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about it. I'm sure if you went on YouTube, you could find tons of videos about TBC and options, and I just hope they do it
Well, like
private. I just hope they do what the private servers did, which was, option to keep your current 60 on your server, and then you can copy it onto a BC server and continue on with your guild. That's what I hope they do.
yeah.
Or like
Well,
you,
I don't see why they wouldn't give you the option to continue progressing your character where you're at, or keeping it where it's set to end. They to sit there.
right. I guess the biggest thing too is like, let's say
But
they
a
don't.
free character transfer is kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would just be like a continuation of your server. They would just take your server, apply the expansion, then there'd be like a classic copy somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that would turn people off from it, though, is let's say they don't give you the option to continue your character and they make you start a level 1. People are gonna be like, no, why would I do that? I already spent months leveling the 60 my classic character. I want to move that on. I think they would lose a lot of audience if
I
they.
don't think they're gonna be like you have to relevel. I don't that wouldn't be Blizzard.
Yeah.
Because like that'd be like going now. It's like, oh hey, here's Shadowlands. Well, I know you put 130 hours into your main character. Well, you get to restart now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would be.
They would never do that. I don't think they would ever do.
It'd be a mess.
The backlash from that would be so bad. On top of them not being in the greatest of whatever you want to call it with the community.
Yeah.
So I can almost guarantee they wouldn't do that. But
I agree. So that's the only classic news, and that was probably the biggest news we had of the day. And
yeah, I'm pretty
now,
sure at BlizzCon this year, where they're gonna tell everybody, okay, if there is a BlizzCon this year, they're gonna say TBC is coming out on this day.
yeah, or they'll at least announce it.
Unless it was classic Blizzard, where it's like, hey, we got this game, you'll see it in 3 years. So
I think they'll do. I think they'll just have like it'll be like summer. It'll be like it was with Classic. It'll be like summer 2021. That's my opinion. Is when that's what that'll be the date. They won't give a specific date. It'll be like summer 2021. So that gives them time to develop it, time to beta test it, just like every other game they have.
yeah.
So,
but it might be fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. I know I said I play Classic this time, and now I don't.
I want to play Classic. I want to pick up my mage. The problem is my mage. Everybody's got a mage. Everybody wants to play mage. They're the best class. So it's like,
yeah,
I should have started a warrior right from the beginning so I could tank with it.
I'll say, but that's the only thing you can do. You can't do anything with it. You have to tank. Like, you don't have a choice.
No, you can. There's DPS warriors.
I doubt they're used. Not trying to be an asshole, but I doubt a DPS warrior is used. You are used for tanking in Classic.
Well, they're being used for DPS in some guilds. So, I mean, if you want to play Classic and you want to get into it, either be some form of a tank, whether it's a druid tank or warrior tank or a healer, and those are really needed. Really, really, really needed. So, I guess that's it, right? For the Classic news?
Yeah, for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's really nothing else going on.
Yeah. So we'll reverse gears here and go back to, we'll call it retail. Anything special happened since our last show 2 weeks ago in retail for you?
Yeah, I had to fry my computer.
Oh, that's right.
And restart it.
That's right. We had to fix your computer. That happened.
So I got to re-download everything, and I'm currently remaking all my weak auras. I stopped at about 2 hours on my monk, and I'm not done yet. I couldn't figure out how to make one of them work, and it aggravated me, so I stopped. And I haven't turned it back on, but I remember how to do it now. So I wrote it down in my notes, so I can go back in and make it. Yeah. Well, it's like I was trying to make my expel harm because it stacks. It stacks up to 5 times, and it's a heal. And, well, if I don't want to look at my action bar to see what it is, I make the weak aura for it so I can see how many stacks I have. But I couldn't figure out how to get the stack counter to work because it wasn't working. But you have to switch it. In weak auras, there's a spot where you can put in there as action usable, and it will tell you like how many stacks it gets. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I have to go back in and do it, but I just remembered that like yesterday.
Yeah. For me, right? That just
yeah.
All right. Yes, good job. You did it.
So basically, what it will do is it doesn't work because it's a user. It will only pop up when you. Okay, so it's 5 stacks, and you get a counter. It starts at 1 when it comes up. Well, if you don't have it in as action usable, you won't see that you actually have any. It won't come up because it's just in there as like a buff or something at the current moment, I think. So yeah,
got it.
If you use them more, you'd understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I gotta finish my monk, and then I have to go back and do all my other tanks, which isn't going to be fun, but yeah.
See, that's why I keep things simple. I try to keep it simple. I don't need too complicated.
But it makes tanking so much easier. I don't know if you're one of those that's like, I'm never going to change my UI. Like, once you find something that like works really well for you, like I can have all that crap like right in the center of my screen so I can see it instead of being like, I have to take a second to look up at my buff bar to see what I have. You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I totally agree.
Especially like with the mitigation and stuff. With like if you're a monkey, have your your iron skin and all that for warriors. You have your um, I can't remember what ignore pain or shield block. It's like you could have that in the center of your screen and see what you're at all the time, or you can look up in your corner and not look at what you're doing for 2 seconds to look up and look back. And I don't know, you could be standing in stupid, or
I'm real good at that.
it it makes it makes tanking 10 times easier when you have all the stuff you need like right in your line of sight, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I
And
agree.
if you start tanking, that's something you should really look into, because you might not even notice that you don't have your shield wall up. It's like, oh, it's 9 seconds. Well, 9 seconds goes by really quick.
Yeah, I don't get that I just play. Like, oh, I need a shield wall. I throw a shield wall. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that whole time we're like, oh, I'm gonna use it now. Well, you just you're taking spiking damage because you're getting hit with no mitigation. You're getting hit for 300k.
So I'm level 60 with my Prot Warrior. I'm not worried about all that shit right now. Like, I'm not high end rating with it. I'm flying through dungeons at this as fast as I can. So that's one of the things that I've been doing.
The one fun. Oh, I was just gonna comment on it, not trying to talk shit. So don't take it that way. But next time you do it, watch your health a little bit more. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna use it now. You might notice like you're not getting hit. All of a sudden you're like, bam, bam, and your healer's like, oh shit, and fucking out of mana. And
hey, you gotta keep them healers on their toes. I don't care. It reminds me of that meme, the meme of Danny DeVito with the guns, where it's like, I just walked in and started blasting. That's me as a tank for sure, 100%. Hey, you got your mana? Let's go. We don't got time. That's how I roll. If you don't like it, leave the group, buddy. I don't care. That's it. So yeah, that's part of what I had going on this last week. I got my Prot Warrior to level 60. Why I'm doing it that way, I don't know. I have a 120 Fury Warrior. I could just spec change, but I don't.
Well, you keep forgetting to change your loot spec too, because you need a single hand weapon and a shield.
Yeah, I got a single hand
weapon. And you're always like, dang it. Oh, you do finally?
Yeah, but it's only like a 390. I mean, like all my stuff is like 460, so I can't even.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got my Prot Warrior to level 60, so I'm halfway there. And I'm working on the Mechagon achievements for the wheel mount.
Going back, sorry, we'll talk about that too. But going back, you could be like me, an old deer, where I went through the entire raid tier with a blue. Was it like a 327? I think I had blue because I could never get a weapon drop. You could just do that through.
There was a guy in our raid talking about that last night. How he needed a weapon and he was running with like something from 2 tiers prior.
Yeah, it always seems like WoD was I needed pants. Like I could never, like it took me the entire expansion to not have a crafted pair of pants, and then I had to go and do what was his name? Gorefiend? Yeah, Gorefiend. I just remember I spammed Gorefiend like 10 times in a row and got loot and finally got it because I had rolls, so I just kept rolling and rolling and rolling.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 tiers. It was like he was using like a world quest freaking weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He just
that's what I have now. And then old deer was a weapon. Like I was using a blue, and then went through. I think it was like one of the last raids we did. I finally got one, and then I was like, "Yay, we're done."
Yeah.
Yeah, the wheel mount. That'd be cool. What do you have to do to get that? I haven't even. Looked into
you have to complete all the Mechagon achievements.
Ew.
All the zone achievements, not the dungeon achievements, just the zone achievements, I think. So, working on it.
I don't even know what those are. I haven't even looked at them.
There's tons of them. It's crazy. It's something I should have just been working on a little bit every day, and now I'm behind. So now I'm trying to. There's like some stuff I want to get done on my main, so I can play my alts and not have to go back to my main ever.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
so that's it.
That was one thing I forgot to bring up. Yeah, I did do something in WoW before we redid my computer. I got my warrior up to 120.
Oh. Well, there you go.
It was nice with what was it 100% XP boost right now during quarantine?
Yep,
Yeah,
quarantine
I got
boost.
two. I got two levels in like an hour,
I forgot
hour and
I
a
got
half,
my
maybe. It went so fast.
mage the 120 as well. I did forget that.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got my hunter, my demon hunter, my mage, and then my main warrior. So yeah.
I started working on my demon. I don't know if I want to do demon hunter or that's the one that I started playing. I don't know if I want to do that or my death knight. I don't know. So
Yeah.
because the XP boost is going on until what, the end of this month, correct?
April 20th, I think.
Okay, so we still got
I don't
16
remember. We
days.
talked about it the last podcast, but I don't remember the exact dates.
Oh, the 20 something was ringing a bell to me.
Yeah,
I wanted
I
to say the 23rd, but that just seems like a really odd day.
I hope they extend. Like we're gonna be on quarantine past the end date. I hope they extend it. To be honest,
Maybe it was the 21st because that'd be Tuesday a reset day, or was it 28th?
it was
I don't
probably.
know.
I think it was the 20th because then it would reset. It would be gone on the 21st. If
Yeah.
that made sense when they reset.
Mm-hmm.
So
I should do it because I could probably get all six of the character, or all six of my characters that I want up to 120 in. I mean, I don't think it's gonna take too long. I did two levels, I think, in like an hour and a half.
as a tank, it wouldn't take long at all. Just spamming
No,
dungeons, it would be fast, real fast. Other than leveling tunes, I've been doing some transmog runs, and that's because our next topic coming up is the reason why I was doing a bunch of transmog runs.
which ones were you running?
I did a lot of Emerald Nightmare. So
Oh,
coming up for
that was fun.
I'll just bring up the next topic so then we can talk about transmog runs. Legacy loot was turned on for Legion dungeon and raids. Usually Blizzard waits to do that until one expansion has passed. So like it was going to be turned on when Shadowlands went live, but due to the current climate, they turned on Legacy loot for Legion dungeon and raids early, and it was actually turned on last Tuesday, March 31st. And that is why, like I said, I was doing a bunch of transmog runs this last week. Ran Emerald Nightmare normal. I skipped heroic, and was able to solo mythic, which was pretty cool. So I got all the mythic achievements, which was nice. Got some loot, which is nice. But
I gotta continue my tomb runs for the couple pieces I need out of there. I think I need the boots out of there still, and the hands, and then I can have the complete set.
yeah, I got to do tomb
Which
runs.
is actually like a really cool leather set. The normal looks the best, which I don't know why they had this set for normal, but I thought it looked the best out of all of them.
That reminds me of the transmog.
For leather wears.
There was a transmog set for my warrior from MOP, and the LFR version was actually the coolest looking one.
That's so crazy.
I want to say it was the Thunder. It was the Thunder King raid. Whatever the name of that raid was, but the LFR version, in my opinion, was the coolest looking one.
I'm a little sad with the current one, with the current loot set. Like the corrupted stuff is neat, but like the way you look like the octopus guys, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the warrior one.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of like looking like a fish from what's it called? The raid before Nashachar or whatever the hell that raid was called.
Yeah. The bone one I didn't like either.
The bone one,
Battle for the Zarlor.
I thought that one looked good. I didn't hate it. I thought that one was pretty good. But looking like a fish and looking like an octopus, I'm not a fan of. It wasn't cool looking to me.
People like tentacles, and I don't know why. I'm not a
fan. I don't know.
Not a fan. Let's see. And I guess the last little bit of WoW news we have to talk about here is there was a player that has earned every single achievement in the game.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. His name is Zirev, and he's from the Vaj server from EU. and he's earned all 3,927 achievements for a total of 33,585 points. He has every single battle pet, 185 feats of strength, and 396 legacy achievements, meaning those are achievements that are no longer even in the game, not even obtainable. That's pretty impressive.
That's crazy.
It's one thing to get all the achievements done in the game. It's another thing to have like 185 feats of strength. That's 185 individual feats of things that are taken out of the game to accomplish.
And
396.
Now, say there's like some you can't even get now.
Oh yeah, there's tons that you can't even get. Like in Legion, if you were like an OP, like the field medic achievement, the one where you did the healing one where you make bandages and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's no longer in the game. I kind of farmed that out. And I got that one. And then sometimes when you get mounts,
and all the AO isn't all the AOTC's feats of strength?
Yes, I think those are too. Yeah. That's crazy. It's unbelievable. Like that, you know how much time it has to be put into that? It's Asman was talking about it on his stream, and it was like 900 days played, which is like 924-hour sessions played for that guy. And Asman said it was over 1,000, and he doesn't even have. So this guy did it like in record time too.
What did he play? I'm assuming he played like a mage or something.
Blood elf something. I don't know what the class was.
I'll say because he had to have started back in classics. I'm assuming he played like a mage or something, and just brought it all the way through.
Yeah. Well, classic didn't have achievements. I think that was a Burning Crusade thing.
Oh, was that a Burning Crusade thing?
That started in Burning Crusade. Yeah.
But you can go back. But there is classic achievements.
Yeah, but I don't think that they were on until. I don't think they even were a thing until Burning Crusade.
I'll say it's classic like raid achievements or whatever, or dungeon achievements. There's not many of them. There's only like I think 10 of them.
Yeah.
Because I went back and got them all back when I was in MOP, but I had no life.
Well, yeah, yeah. They're there.
Easy. It's like just beat this raid, beat that raid, do this raid.
Yeah, they're there, but they didn't become a thing.
They're not like they are now.
There's like no achievements in Classic WoW. They didn't get achievements didn't start until BC. So that's it for WoW news. A really slow week. A really slow week for WoW news.
The only other thing you could really talk about is like the April Fool's crap they did.
Yeah,
where they had like mecha torrents and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think that's really interesting.
No, I didn't find it interesting either. I really didn't. So I guess moving on to the off-topic subject, it's a WoW subject, but it is not from World of Warcraft. The new Hearthstone class character, Demon Hunter Illidan Stormrage. It'll be out April 7th. I think you can play the campaign, because you have to play a campaign to get it. You don't just get it, so you have to play the campaign, and I think that's out already, and then you get the class April 7th. That's the way I understood it. Yeah.
That's a game I haven't played since beta. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at card games.
Yeah, it's one of those games I want to play, but like when I have time to play, it's usually like early morning when I don't want to have to think that hard. So
well, now it's like every other game. Like if you didn't keep up with it, you're so far behind now. You know, it's like you don't have any of the cards. And
oh yeah, there's no way. You'd have to spend $300-400 probably to be able to play it on a real competitive basis. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is kind of like the one thing, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, even in comment sections and all that, like that. I guess it's kind of what the one nice thing is about Magic. Like, 'cause I played Magic and I really like Magic. It was fun when I was playing, but I never played competitively, which is like with my buddies from work. But it's like when they come out with a new like set, which they do all the time, like everything else can't be used. It can only be like what the current set is. So it's not like now where in Hearthstone where it's like, okay, we've had 30 expansions, you can use 15 of these expansions, you can still use the cards, so it's not like, oh man, now I gotta get, I don't even like Ungoro Crater cards and all the other ones. It's just okay, this is a current set, this is the only thing you can use competitively.
I think it's I think I want to say it's the last year's worth of cards, so it's usually like
Which is like what, 4 expansions?
Yeah, 3 or 4 expansions worth. But still, I think that's too much. I think that should just be whatever one is the current expansion. That's the competitive one. So
the only thing that kind of turns me off with card games, like I said, I was never competitive in Magic. It was just with my buddies. So like you could play kind of basically whatever you wanted, but it seems like in Hearthstone, it's like if you don't play this specific card with this specific character, like you're not gonna win. And I don't know if that, I don't want to say it's bad gameplay, but it isn't good.
I think it's only like that.
It came into like because it was like that when in beta when it was like if you went up against a rogue, it was like, oh, you're playing a miracle rogue. Like that is just what you're playing, and you're gonna get your ass handed to you. You don't have a choice. It's just that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
I think I know they've taken steps to keep that from happening, and I think in standard play there's certain things like that, but in wild where you can play any card that you want, yeah. It's kind of up in the air what you're gonna get. I'm sure there's certain OP cards that you're gonna see.
Yeah,
in a lot of
but like
those decks, but
like back when I used to watch it all the time, like I'd watch like Trump and Crip and all that, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's a Miracle Rogue. They're playing this card. They're gonna have this card," and they'd be like, turn one, they'd play it, and you're like, "This isn't like fun to watch,"
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, and it was great, and I freaking loved it. They'd come across something, and not to talk shit about anybody or specific person because I don't know any of these people, so don't take it that way. But it was great because like I said, I used to watch Trump all the time because he's a really good player. He was like the first professional player of Hearthstone, I believe, wasn't he?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I want to say he was quoted the first professional Hearthstone player, but don't take my word for it because I'm not 100% sure. But I would love it because he would be like, "Oh, I'm playing a Warlock. Okay, it's a Zulok. This is what they're gonna have. This is what they're gonna do." And I loved it when he would lose to an off deck where he was like, "I don't know what card they're playing. Like this isn't what this guy's supposed to be having right now." And it was the greatest thing ever. I loved it. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody, but it was great when they were like, they come across like, oh, he's gonna have this core hound or whatever, and they'd play something completely different. He's like, oh, what is this? What is it? And they couldn't figure it out. They're like, what the hell?
It's so funny because I'm sure it's still hilarious to this day when stuff like that happens.
And so it's like that's another reason. Like on top of not being good at the game at all, like I'm a terrible at it. Like I don't think the way they do, so I'm not good at it. Like I look at them as being very smart, and I'm not that type of way. I'm not book smart. I don't even know where I was going with this anymore. I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
Oh, like just the current, like always with the meta, like it's just I don't know.
I don't follow with Hearthstone. I'm assuming they tried to fix that problem. So
I hope they did.
I hope so too.
Sorry to ramble on there. It was in my head.
It's fine. To finish off the Demon Hunter, the hero power is a 1 mana. Add 1 attack to your turn, so it seems like it's similar to the Druid hero power, if I remember correctly. To where like you could, similar to the Druid hero power.
You just build up your.
I think the Druid is the one where you get 1 attack, 1 armor, but this one's just 1 attack. It's like if you have, it's just 1 attack. So probably
okay.
You get 10 basic cards. You get 10 basic cards, 20 card. Then you also get a 20 card initiate set, and 1 pre-built Demon Hunter deck. So it seems like you get 30 cards, a pre-built deck, in the class, which is cool. First ever new class for Hearthstone.
Which is very surprising because it's been out for what?
4 or 5 years, at least.
It's got to be longer than that, no?
Yeah, because the first BlizzCon I went to was in 15. So, and it was already a thing
And
then.
it was already, yeah. It's been out for like what, 8 years?
7 years, probably 7 years, 7 or 8 years. Yeah,
What? Okay, when did I live with you in Rose?
probably then, 7, 8 years.
Because that game was in beta when I was living with you guys, and I was still
Yeah,
playing on my laptop.
yeah,
So yeah, like 7 years ago. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time, and that was like when I first moved in.
yep.
I remember we were sitting upstairs. We were watching Lexi. You.
Oh yeah, Lexi, yeah, Lexi Lou. All right. And the last off-topic subject, we kind of
Sorry,
added.
going back to that one.
Okay.
Sorry, it's like they could come out with even more. Like they haven't come out with a Death Knight yet. I mean,
Oh, they
they
did.
sort of did.
They kind
Well,
of
yeah,
did.
but he wasn't. They kind of did. It was a card that turned you into it. But they also haven't come out with like a monk. You know.
Yeah, monk.
No.
Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, it's exciting that they came out with the new one. I'll have to go back and watch like Crip or Trump or something and see what it's like.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we're moving on for real. The last subject here we kind of added last second. We don't know much about it, but it's been kind of floating around Twitch and it's been very hyped. And that's the Valorant game made by Riot Games. It's an Overwatch style shooter. It has 9 characters, and we'll probably talk about it in later episodes, just because we don't know much about it now. But we didn't want to miss out on the hype. Basically, wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, the first time we're current with it. We're not weeks behind.
We're not a couple weeks behind. We're right on top of it this time.
Right on top of it. Yeah, I didn't know this was an Overwatch style type game. I thought it was going to be another like PUBG, Fortnite type thing, so I didn't pay much attention to it. But this is like an Overwatch style. It could be fun. Like
In a little bit I
has always been a
seen,
fun game to play.
in the little bit I seen, it doesn't seem like you're like moving payloads or anything. All I just saw was like shooting and stuff. So I don't know how you win, but it looked a lot like Overwatch.
I wonder if it's like what is it called? Is it what the hell is that game called? It's the other like very popular first person shooter. Counter-Strike.
Oh, Counter-Strike.
Is it like Counter-Strike where it's a team battle and when you die and then it like respawns again?
I
Is
think
it like
so.
that?
Maybe it's a Counter-Strike style. I don't know.
I watched.
I don't know enough to even be talking about it.
I watched one Twitch clip about it. Yeah, I don't either. I watched one clip that Tim put up on Twitter. It was like 30 seconds. I watched that, and I think I watched a whole like minute or two of gameplay that I had no idea what was going on.
Yep, that's about all I've seen too.
I just saw him. He had like 120,000 people watching. I was like, okay, well that's a lot more than normal. What is this? And I went in. I'm like, oh, it's another shooter. Okay, and I left.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know nothing about the game other than what I've just told you from my show notes. I just wanted to be part of the hype. I want to be able to put a hashtag out there somewhere to get some views on the show. We'll talk about it in a later episode, I'm sure. But
yeah.
God, with all this shit going on in the world, it's such a slow gaming week. It's unfortunate.
Well, we just talked about WoW a couple weeks ago. That was all the big stuff. I mean, there's not enough to talk about it every week. I mean, we've talked about that before.
So as I'm putting these show notes together, I saw Wowhead did like an April Fool's thing, and it was like all this stuff. Like Wowhead did it. It wasn't Blizzard. Wowhead did it, and they made it look like a real post, and it was like, oh, Blizzard said they were canceling 8.3.5, but they're actually going to bring it out. And then it was like all this cool shit that everybody wanted to see in 8.3.5. I was like, oh my god, this is great! Holy cow! And I start writing everything down in the show notes. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun to talk about. Blah blah blah. And then it was, oh, this is all just a big April Fool's joke. It's like, god damn it, Wowhead.
That's rough.
I was like, we're gonna have enough. We're gonna have a real show this week. No, we're not. Great. Fun.
No. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I said there's not much going on.
nope.
I mean,
We're just washing our hands until our skin falls off.
yep.
That's all that's going on over here. So yeah, I guess it's
Yeah.
I guess that's the show. It actually ended up being kind of long. We're current recording time of 50 minutes. I wasted about 10 minutes, so we're probably at like 40 minutes, which isn't bad for no news. We drug this baby out.
Like usually, I mean, they're usually like an hour and a half.
So I'm not going to spoil anything on the. I'm not going to spoil anything on the show, but I do have future ideas for slow news weeks. So
all right.
But on a rumor side, there's a rumor that Shadowlands beta / alpha, whatever you want to call it, is happening this coming week. So I think we're going to have some news to talk about in future shows.
I kept seeing. I shouldn't say I kept seeing. I seen Sloopbag make some kind of a post, something like "Stop asking me about Shadowlands." It's not like I know anything about it or something like that. It's like, okay, well, he knows something.
Oh, obviously. They know.
Yeah.
Twitch has told them. So I think it's coming out Tuesday. That's my thinking.
It could.
If not Tuesday, Thursday. Mark my words. If not Tuesday, it'll come out Thursday.
And then I'm assuming this BlizzCon will get a release date.
It's supposed to release.
Or did they already have a release?
Before 2021.
Oh,
that was. They said
so
before 2021. So people were thinking like, September, October-ish. But with this whole COVID-19 thing, who knows when it'll come out now? I bet it's delayed. I'd put money on it.
It could be delayed. It could come out faster. You don't know.
I think
I'll see why it'd be delayed, but
yeah, well, I don't know. People in California aren't working; they're all working from home, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
We'll see what happens. I think it'll be delayed, but maybe I should be a little bit more optimistic and maybe it'll be out on time. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's the show. Shameless plug time. I'm Wayne. You can find me on Twitch at Wayne the Pain, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Wayne the Pain 1. I think I'm Wayne the Pain on TikTok as well. But if you just search Wayne the Pain, you'll find me. Your turn. Jesus Christ! My Lord!
Keep going.
No,
you're just like done. You can. Your turn. My name is Sean. You can find me on Twitch at Rare Gaming, where I've been streaming Diablo content. It's actually it's been really fun lately with Diablo. Yeah, so I've been playing that usually early morning or late at night, depending on how you look at it. Around 3 in the morning, Central Time is when I've been starting. I usually stream for a couple hours. So you can find me there, Twitch at Rare Gaming, YouTube at Rare Gaming, and Twitter at Rare Gaming. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can find us on all the podcast places: Spotify, Apple, Overcast, YouTube, everywhere. We're there. So, peace.
Yeah. And this will be up on YouTube. We're not done yet. It will be up on someone. It might be on. I don't know. Is it going on yours this week?
No, yours. It's always on yours.
It's going on someone. Okay,
it's always on yours. You always get the video. I don't want the video on mine.
All right. Well, then always make sure to leave a comment so we can see how we're doing. So, yeah.
Subscribe, click the bell, leave comments, like and dislike the video. Yeah. So just make sure you like it. That's important. It lets YouTube know that we're. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna cut that out. I was trying to make it. I was trying to make it funny.
Wow. Please don't. You can cut out what you said, but I would leave everything else in. Oh my god, it's so funny.
I was gonna say it lets YouTube know that we're not degenerates, but I didn't think that was funny enough, and I wanted to say something like close to the line, but I think I stepped over it.
Degenerates was good. Oh.
All right, that's it for the show. Peace.